Here we have a HexBug AquaBot 2 with the bonus bowl. So inside here you've actually got a Hammerhead Shark. It's blue, as you can see, and included in this box is actually a hexagonal shaped fishing bowl that we're going to set up, fill it with water and get the Hammerhead Shark swimming. Okay, before we get the fish swimming, I'm just going to talk about the packaging. It's really good and you get a lot inside the box that's really useful. So behind the actual packaging of the HexBug bowl is this removable aquatic scene, which I think is really good. And simply by folding the bottom cardboard one way and using the sides as slightly opened shrouds, you've got yourself a really nice kind of set piece there. Also inside the box you get this really nice transfer, and it's a kind of aquatic scene, so it's very HexBug themed with hexagonals, and even the kind of reeds and weeds and underwater seaweed is very kind of circuit board influenced, very much like all of their HexBugs, their styling and their semi-translucent nature, so you can see the internal electronic workings. And that can be, of course, stuck on and applied to the back of the bowl, or however you wish, so you can see through and the fish get a really nice kind of diorama. One part of this is actually, again, this is all peelable and sticky, a write-on, wipe-off name tag, so you can actually put on there Sharky, and you could have your little name on the front there of the bowl down below the left there. So I'm not going to stick them on right now because I'm not quite sure how I want to actually have this, but it's certainly long enough to cover 3 full sides of the actual hexagonal shaped water bowl here. So what I'm now going to do is just quickly talk about the only piece of packaging that I think that I'm going to have to throw away is the actual part that held onto the actual hammerhead. There's some almost invisible elastic bands here that if you need to just cut very gently with a pair of scissors so that you can free up your Hammerhead Shark without breaking it. Like all of the HexBug AquaBots, they're water activators. There's no on-off switch. They come already supplied with batteries, and I know I can just drop him in the water and he'll start swimming. And there he goes. Now what I'm going to do now is zoom in so we can see the actual Hammerhead Shark. As you can see, he's quite happy flapping away and swimming away in his hexagonal fish bowl. Now the corners actually give the shark some interesting challenges. He quite likes nosing into a corner like he is now and then deciding which way he's going to go. So it helps him change direction, which I quite like. So I don't know whether that's a property of the fact it's got a hammerhead shape to its nose, because I've never seen a HexBug robotic fish with such a shaped head. It's quite interesting. So I'm going to pop in one of the other HexBug 2 fish later on as well. I've got an angelfish that I'll just pop out of shot here on the left, just so you know what I'm going to be popping in. So as you can see, he's able to flap his tail at various different speeds, and that determines the depth which he's going to go to. So it's not a very deep bowl, but certainly you get to see the fish doing its thing and playing fully in the space it's got. He's able to turn around and have a good look at you, and I think that's quite cute. I really do like the bowl and the packaging, because one of the part that came with it was actually, I'm going to pop it on, it's actually part of the packaging that held it square and solid in the box, but you could trim it down and you've got yourself a nice lid, which will also help keep the dust off. Now the technology 2 that is in these new HexBug AquaBot fish has got 2 features. One, it's got a glowing LED, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit so you get a chance to see this. And let me just dim the lights a little bit more. And what you can see, there's actually a pulsing light. So it's not on all the time, and it sort of goes from the back of the fish underneath its main central fin, and it pulses down the length of the body, and it comes out the eyes. And I think that's really fantastic. And what they've done is some very clever plastic reflective engineering inside the actual fish. That's most noticeable on the hammerhead. You do see it on the angelfish, but it's not as clever as it is on the actual hammerhead shark. And you can see this pulsing going down the fish's body length and out through the eyeballs. So I'm going to quickly pop in angelfish as well, so you can see 2 in there in play at once. Now they're likely to bash each other. No doubt that hammerhead shark's going to want to try to snap a meal out of the angelfish. Well done, angelfish, you managed to get away. But there you can see the different lights going on together. Now they both seem to be pinky red, so even the blue hammerhead shark has got a kind of pinky red light as well inside, and the angelfish there certainly got a nice colour coordinated glow going about it down its body length. But I do really like the way that the light on the hammerhead bends around its nose and comes out the side eyes of it that is characteristic of a hammerhead. Really interesting. So as you can see, a couple of fish happily going around this bowl, no problems at all. They're not even fighting too much, which is quite strange because I'm actually after a new hunting shark, because the angelfish does seem to be able to avoid trouble. Now, I can't believe how it does this, because it's actually having a little battle with the hammerhead and it's sort of holding its own. Now, the angelfish does seem to like diving quite a lot, and perhaps that's why its technique of getting away from the hammerhead is doing a good job of blocking him as well. So what I'm actually going to do is just let that angelfish turn around that bend, and then I'm going to let the hammerhead go again, and let's just see what they do next time round. So very good kind of kit. I think all these extra cards and decals that you get to apply to the bowl, including being able to cut up and make a lid, fantastic. I like the fact you've also got a set of instructions to help you change the batteries, etc., and explain you how to do that. I'll show you how to do that in another video, but all in all, great value for money, because you're not really paying a lot of money for this bowl. And if your children haven't got a goldfish bowl or a fish tank, and you don't want them using your kitchen bowls or playing in the bath, etc., all the time, and you want to have something that they can keep in the room, I think this is a really ideal way of both keeping the fish and allowing them to play. One other aspect to these fish. Now, after 5 minutes of play, and what I'm going to do is quickly take the angelfish out, just so that we can keep our eyes focused on the hammerhead. So as you saw there, taking it out actually turned it off, which will happen also with a hammerhead shark. Now, after 5 minutes of play also, all the AquaBot fish will then stop swimming around, and they'll actually then just float to the surface, and they'll wait for you to decide what you want to do. If you want to carry on playing with it, you can tap it either on the side of the bowl or knock the actual fish itself, because it's got a little jarring sensor inside that lets you turn it back on again. So what I'm going to do is come back once this fish has stopped swimming around, and I'll show you that demonstration as well. One top tip: if you want to help your fish, or shark in this case, sink, do make sure you've knocked all the bubbles from it. So sometimes you'll find a couple of bubbles get trapped to the side of the fish or in the back of the tail, etc., and that can limit the fish's ability, or the shark's ability, to do the dive. So as you can see now, the hammerhead shark is quite capable and much happier now doing a few dives. And of course it only does that when the pattern it's currently doing with its randomized kind of fish behavior has quite a strong flip of the tail. Otherwise, when it's doing a more gentle flap like it is now, it will come more to the surface. So it's really good to check and demonstrate that your fish has got the full degree usage of the bowl, up and down as well as around both sides, and as you can see, it's quite happy twisting and turning. I've also now quickly made the lid I was talking about, so that was really easy. All I did is cut around the plastic shape that was supplied in the box with a pair of scissors, and I've done it in such a way that you've now got an encapsulating lid, so it won't even slide off. So it really is just very simple, and I'm pleased to say the plastic is perfectly thin, not sharp edges. I just use a normal pair of scissors, nothing fancy, and as you can see, I'm not cutting myself, I'm not even risking cutting myself, so that really works well. And of course you've now got a nice lid. Not that you're going to want to stop many cats, etc., getting in, but you never know, there might be something trying to get in the bowl or something trying to get out. Okay, so after 5 minutes or so of play, the hammerhead shark, who's been spinning around, turning around left, right and centre, has come to a rest, and as you can see, floats to the surface. Now, just by tapping the bowl or knocking the new hammerhead shark, this is the AquaBot 2 fish, don't forget, will actually wake it up. So I'm just going to demonstrate that now. So a couple of knocks, I've actually slid the bowl along a little bit, I didn't mean to do that. As you can see, hammerhead shark's woken up again, it knows you want to carry on playing, and he's off exploring and hunting yet further. So really pleased to say that all this works really well. The hammerhead shark might not be the most dangerous looking shark or the most dangerous hunter of all the sharks, but he's certainly a good robotic swimmer and a really great fun pet. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment.